show. You are still with me here on Arise 360. My name is Kachi Offiah. Now let's get into it. The singing duo, the Mamuzee Twins, they have put together something that I think is essential. They've launched a campaign to curb fake news in the society, saying basically that it destroys images, personalities, businesses. Now, they say they've also been victims of fake and unverified news in the past. I mean, remember all the drama they had to deal with. They allegedly, remember that was a big story. They failed to take care of their mother. That was a big one, which led to her death in 2018. That was all over the internet. People were talking about it. And they say these allegations literally almost broke them apart. And then they went on to talk about other things that they had to deal with. Now, this basically brought together this campaign to get the Nigerian society rid of fake news. It has the hashtag Say No to Fake News, and they've also looking to find severe sanctions for people who decide to spread fake news, like those blogs on social media. I don't like them too. Anyway, here's what they had to say about this.
Hello there, it's Mamuzee Twins.
Rumors are carried by fools and spread by haters.
And sadly, it's accepted by idiots.
Rumors has caused so much pain and brought so much shame and disunity among family, friends, churches, mosques, and even a country.
So we must stop these fake news propagators. We must end this drastic, stupid, ignorant, foolish trend of fake news carriers.
And so we're asking two questions.
Yes.
Are you in support of fake news?
Or are you not in support of fake news?
Your answer is as good as mine.
That's right.
Nobody loves fake news. You can imagine how fake news tears homes, families, children apart. You can imagine how fake news would tear a whole country apart. So if you're out there and you believe in what you believe, then say no to fake news.
Hashtag clamping down on fake news propagators.
Hashtag say no to fake news.
Hashtag fake news propagators must be punished.
Hashtag say no to fake news.
This must end.
Yeah, so I've got them here with me. I've got the Mamuzee Twins. I promise I am not going to mess this up. This is Andos.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's Akpos.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's actually Andos. This is Akpos.
No, this is Andos and I'm a boss.
But that's what you told me. I got it right, didn't I?
You did.
I did, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
I mean, I've just been talking about how, am I the only person who's almost confused? I feel like I'm seeing double. You know, you literally have the same. I was looking at both of you like, okay, you both have the same birthmark on your lip.
Yeah.
You both have the same hair.
Are we spotting the difference now?
It's the similarities. There's nothing. You guys, but anyway, welcome to Arise
Thank you
360.
so
It's great to
much.
have you both
Thank you.
here. I mean,
Thank
you
you.
guys make me feel so much nostalgia, but it's great to know that we're not just talking about music today, but you're you're using that platform that you have built over the years and that followership that you've built to send a very positive message. And I found this very, very interesting. Fake news, because it's such a dilemma in the society we live in today, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You know, I've always told people that you don't know how it hurts until you wear the shoes. Everybody today, me and my twin brother were talking, and then statistically, we found out that every 5 homes in a community, every 5 homes has been affected by fake news, and it has destroyed relationships. It has destroyed a nation because of fake news, and someone needs to talk about it. I think it's getting out of hand. Somebody needs to talk about it.
And just tell me, you know, because I feel like if you Google the Mamuzee Twins right now, you know, I mean, apart from your great music, but there's certain things that have been said about your family that I strongly believe are just, it's always going to be there. And that's because one person stood up one day and said, you know what, I'm going to say this about these people. And seeing as you're celebrities, it's so easy for people to run with that story.
That's
Tell
right.
me how the story about your mom affected you as a family.
Whoa.
Every time I talk about that story, I get emotional. And one of the reasons why we didn't take it out of Google, because we want our kids to grow up and see that. And I've got a couple of my friends telling me that, look, hey guys, why not take it off? You know, I've had even Google come to us and say, look, we can actually take it off. You know, fortunately, I've got friends in America and Canada and UK who would Google, and they want us to take the story up. But I said, no, leave it, because it somehow reminds me of betrayal. It reminds me of how wicked one's heart could actually be. You know, now don't forget, while we're in the secular secular world for 2 decades.
Because now you're
Yeah,
into
in
gospel
now,
music.
yes.
Yeah.
You know, there was never a day that there was a rumor about Mamuzee Twins or anything. But the very minute we announced that we're going into gospel, the temptation started. And we're ready for it because we knew that for the acceptance is going to come from the way they looked at us. Don't forget, Nigerians already believe that, I mean, we dance sexually, everything we're going to do was going to be, you know, the whole macho kind of lifestyle we brought into the music industry and all that. So yes, but as you grow older, you begin to ask yourself, what can you leave behind? You know, it's no longer about the fame, the money, the girls. No, it becomes about what you're leaving behind for legacy, those who are coming after you, your legacy, you know. So we said, okay, fine, we're going to be on the right path. And then that happened. I was betrayed by a friend that I have never gained anything from, that I've gained so much from me. When I'm talking about so much, I'm talking about financially and otherwise. You know, he has gained a lot from me, billions of naira.
Oh, wow.
I can tell you that. You know, his first video was shot by me. You know, we sponsored his first video.
Yeah,
wow.
costumes.
Yes,
all the
costumes.
All the costumes
Was provided by us. I mean, you know, and he did what he did, not because he felt, you know, we're a threat to him or whatever. He did what he did because he felt, okay, if I get more followership, I was going to get paid, you know, and I could ruin a life. So he did what he did.
But one thing we always do on Arise 360 is we also do not want to propagate any kind of falsehoods about. Do you want to tell us who exactly this person is?
Yes,
I mean, people already know.
I want to talk about it
because at the end of the day,
I
could say it.
Can I be honest? Can I be honest?
Be honest.
Yes. You know, the truth is, the reason why we did not sue for defamation of character, the reason why we didn't sue Showkey and my sisters and my elder brothers for defamation of character was because, personally, and this is real, God told us to keep quiet, that he will show himself mighty, and he did. You know, the funny thing is this, I tell people, it's funny. You can't you can't take care of your kids, you can't feed your kids, you can't buy clothes for your kids, you can't take care of your parents and go announce in public that, oh yeah, guess what? I just bought a car for my mother. Who is going to buy the car for their mother? I don't need to come and be braggadocious about the things that I've done for my mother or for my kids. It doesn't make sense. I don't know if you get it. So when people, because we don't talk about it, it was in the course of this news that I'm grateful to Linda Keji that she went to investigative journalism and found out the truth, because most of the accusations, they said myself or my twin brother were the eldest. And that was a lie, because we are the 7th and 8th position of 10 kids that my mother had. And all my brothers are abroad. Do you understand? And but fortunately for us, by grace, we are the only one that has made an impact. Do you understand me?
I get
and
that.
so the attack was really vicious.
I
Do you
know,
understand?
it was.
And so my mother was, I need to say this, my mother was in the mortuary for almost 7 to 8 months. Because the tradition in Delta State, Ojobo, where my mother is from, my mother didn't tell us that you have to build a house before you bury your mother or your father. We didn't know this tradition. So 2 years before her death, I'm going to say this publicly, 2 years before her death, she said, she called us and said, look, I want you guys to build me a house. How can I have 10 of you and nobody's building me a house in my village? I said, where do you want? She said, Bayelsa State. That's where my father is from. So we started building the house in Bayelsa. We did everything, completed it, and it was okay. You understand me? And then she died. She didn't even move into the house before she died. And so because we didn't talk about it, we didn't go around broadcasting that we did this, we did that, you know. So I think they took advantage of that. So the moment my mother died, now this is the funny thing. The moment well-to-do Nigerians, Americans, Europeans, friends all over the world started tweeting and sending messages, oh, condolences to my friend Mamuzee Twins, people thought that we're going to do the Nigerian norm, cash out with my mother's death. So then they ganged up together and said, Mamuzee is the eldest, they didn't take care of her mother. Some said 18, some said 15 years, some said 5 years. It was so not right. And when Punch News came to us, it was an apology. We met, in church.
They apologized.
The writer,
Did they apologize in the papers as
No,
well?
they didn't do that. The reason why we didn't, that's what I'm saying. The reason why we didn't sue for defamation of character. Now, I'm grateful to God that I have friends right now who are backing us up. I have friends who are suing people right now for defamation of character, for fake news.
Happening a lot.
Yes, the reason why we didn't do that, the reason why I let Showkey go was one thing. We have been childhood friends, and I respect that. And Showkey has never done anything. He has never affected my life in any way. But I have affected his life in various ways. His first video, It was our costumes they used all through the video. All through the video. I've given him shows in the villa because fortunately we were loved by the past president, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan.
Yeah.
So we're giving him, I was paying him. I had never gained anything from him. So for him to believe that was hurting. It is worse than hearing the death of a relative.
I'm talking about
betrayal.
friendship. Yeah.
Friendship.
That's what I'm trying to understand
30-something
here.
years old
A lot of people, it's a popular saying, there's no smoke without fire.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What could have because it sounds because you know the thing is
Yeah.
it's not just coming from any random person, which is why it was so easy to believe. This was coming from somebody that, like you said,
Yes.
this is a 30-year
30-something
relationship.
years.
So
Yeah.
what could have triggered this?
I think growing up in Ajegule, we had the likes of Daddy Fresh. He was the first to break out. We had Baba Fryo, then we had Showkey, then we have Cashman Davis and a whole lot of them, right? And they were the popular guys before Mamuzee came out.
Yeah.
So when we came out, we were more accepted by the elites. You know, they were doing a whole lot of stuff for the public with no money. But when we came in, it became different. I mean, we were playing for, in fact, our first tour in America was crazy. You know, so they saw that we were coming from an angle that they didn't expect an Ajegule artist to come from.
So you think there was a bit of jealousy?
Yes, there was.
There was always
and we saw it because he was fighting. He fought Daddy Fresh. He fought Baba Fryo. He was fighting everybody that was going on from Ajegule. Showkey fought every artist that grew up from Ajegule. He has a beef with the artist. But we, on the other hand, was fortunate because we were doing things for him. So when it happened that he did it to us, everybody called me. Everybody was like, "Oh, Shebe don't see now. You don't do that too." You know, but that's by the way. Yeah. The reason why we are carrying out this campaign, because the hurt, the pain, the shame, but I'm telling you, can't sleep in the night.
That's right. I have a friend right now.
You know,
I have a friend.
A pastor, sorry to cut you. A pastor actually called me on the phone.
Yeah.
A pastor with one of the big churches called me on the phone and he said, Mamuzee, I'm so disappointed. I mean, you take care of widows in the church, you know, you take care of a lot of people and you didn't take care of your mother. And I was like, I actually called him Daddy. And I was like, Daddy, you say waiting. You know.
But just so we can, take this conversation further now, you started this campaign.
Yes.
Fake news is vague. That's what I would say. Fake news it's not something you can, it's not tangible, it's not something you can hold.
That's
So
right.
how do you intend to tackle this? Because a lot of times you are able to name this person. What happens when you cannot name? A lot of these blogs now, the people who carry that story, the story then, they're faceless now.
Exactly.
You can't pin it to a person.
Exactly.
So how do you intend to tackle this?
Okay, now this is what we're trying to do right now. The idea is this: whether you like it or not, fake news will get to you. It's just a matter of time. Do you understand? And what we're trying to do is that we are trying to prick their conscience to make these people understand that it's not about followers. It's not about likes. You are destroying families.
Yeah.
You know,
so it's a conscious thing. You're
Yes.
trying to make them conscious.
Yes, I have a friend who called me from Ghana and said, I just lost my dad. What happened? I said pension and stuff, and people carried news that he was paid and he didn't take care of his siblings and family and everything. And the guy just woke up and his wife just accused him and said, so they have paid you, you don't want to pay us, you don't want to take care of your family,
wow.
blah, blah, blah. And the guy just held his heart and fell and died, just like that.
Whoa.
Yes.
And then later it was found out that they have not been paid at all.
So basically, you're appealing to people's conscience, like you need
We're trying to take the
stop
campaign.
this.
We're trying to start the campaign actually from primary schools.
Okay.
You know, we want to take it to primary schools, secondary schools.
Then before the
because
varsities.
I've found out one simple truth about life generally. The people at the top don't actually have time for this. They don't actually talk about you. They don't care.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But people actually take advantage when you're down. They take
When you're
advantage of the
down.
fact that you were up there, and so they do that. So
Okay.
we want to be aggressive about this campaign, and we
quite-
actually hope that people like you will actually
definitely.
carry it.
I mean, quite honestly, one thing I would
Yeah.
always say on the show is if it's not fact checked, if it's not confirmed, we're not talking about it. I don't
good.
care how
That's really good.
popular the story
That's really
is.
good.
I don't care how
That's
many
really good.
people.
That's
There's a
really
lot
good.
of stories out there. It's an entertainment show. I could talk about it and
Exactly.
we'd all enjoy it. But I
Exactly.
need to know what the
Exactly.
facts are before we take it in. Mamuzee Twins, we've got to wrap this up. Thank you
Thank
guys
you. Thank you
so
so much
much
for
for
having us
doing
here. I
this.
really
Quite
appreciate
honestly.
it.
By the way, I know you guys have a new song out. We're going to be talking
Yes,
about it so
yes,
much later on the
yes.
show. But congratulations
Thank
on
you
this
so much.
Thank you.
epic
Thank you.
project. And I
Thank
do
you very
hope
much.
that it brings closure to the difficulties you all had to deal with in the midst of all the trauma.
That's great.